Yo, 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 yo. Back up in the building. Saturday night edition of the Harry's Drinking Again podcast. I'm your host, Harry Too Scary, aka Mr. Harris. And we got a special edition, somewhat of an off-the-cuff show. This is a legit interview booked with a man, a gentleman, an artist, a music, a singer, a promoter. The Moment. And he's going to come on here in just a few minutes and bless us with about an hour plus game. Talk about his time throughout the industry. Sorry, I don't like Melon because for some reason I can't switch the guests over once I go live. I just had him on in the green room, but we're gonna play some of his music videos as well, and you can follow this gentleman. Let me put his information up on the screen. Where we at? I got too much shit over here. Bam. Thought I made another one for him. But he'll be on here in just a minute. Like I said, man, Harry's Drinking Again. I just got done doing a podcast on the Beeline Entertainment Web Show. Excuse me, LLC. You can go check that man out. Type in Beeline Web Show on YouTube. That will be out November 22nd, he said. Really cool brother from the ATL. And we had some great dialogue. It wasn't a live interview. He does it through Zoom, edits on the back end. So shout out to Brian Beeline from Beeline Entertainment. And tonight, we're going light. I got a little water here. Got a little water in my cup. But 2 days ago, I started to come down with a little something. And so I've been drinking tea like a motherfucker, apple cider vinegar, get myself right. So we just sipping water and a coconut juice. And coconut water tonight. And let's see. I'm gonna send him a new. I fucking hate this shit. I hate this shit. All right. Let's see. Give me 1 second. We'll have to send him a new link. Yeah, we definitely switching to StreamYard, man, top of the year. I've been saying that all year. I've been saying it all damn year. Because StreamYard, when I did Steady's podcast, he sent me that shit about 12 hours ahead of time, and it still worked. So forgive me. But in the meantime, let's go ahead. This is the gentleman that's going to be up on the podcast just here in a few moments. Let's go here and play this video. Also, shout out to Mr. KOG up in the building. The Moment. This is a video called Two Step. And the brother will be up in a moment. with these fly ass brothers, man. Man, that right there, you seen it. Two-step from the moment live. Now we can get a show going. So coming to the stage, this man's going to tell it. He's a performer, singer, songwriter, all around entertainer. And as you can tell by the goddamn get up, a stylish motherfucker. And he's here to represent tonight on a Saturday night. Give it up for the moment live. Yes, yes.
Yo, what's up? What's good, baby?
How you doing, my brother?
Good, man. You know, you had the video playing, you had the two-step video playing, but it was no audio.
No audio on your end?
It was no audio. You can actually see there's comments from other cats, and they were saying it would be more dope if we could hear it. It's what? Like, no, yeah, you couldn't hear it. The whole thing was playing, and you couldn't hear it. Couldn't hear it.
Yo, that shit was jamming over here on my end.
That's crazy. Yeah, the video was playing, but it wasn't no audio.
Oh, damn. Okay, we're gonna have to play it.
It's a couple cats that's on here, and it says no sound on video, no sound. Yeah.
I see that. All right. Damn, yes. Shout out Source Jedi. Shout out who they want. Is the audio good now, though? They can hear us, huh? Yo, that shit was jamming in my ear, man.
Oh, man, yeah. Maybe you can play it again and see if you can get the audio going. Give them a little clip so they know what's going on.
Let me see, man. Can y'all hear that now?
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
It's over.
You can hear that. Yeah.
Okay, let me try to share my screen again and see if the audio is still good. I mean,
There you go.
are we still good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. This is the music, y'all. All right, my bad.
One, two, one, two, yeah. Here we go. Let's get busy. Yeah. I know you've been hurt like that. I know you heard a lot of songs and verses like that. Have you ever had a chance to sit down and just talk? Maybe we could link up a little later and walk and ask you open-ended questions. You have tried and roll up a little something, and we can slide to the beach and go downtown. Go shopping at the outlets, grab a little lunch and some outfits. Call your girls up, they can join us. Popping positive, if not, just ignore us. Driving caps off fedoras. I'm off today, baby. We can chill. I can spoil us. Open up a business online. At home or outside, sipping wine or eating dinner on a cruise ship. Peak lapels on my blazer. This is grown. Damn it, this is grown. Your place and come here. Let's to stay tonight away, put down your place and come here, let's to stay tonight away. Yeah. I'ma think in the blink of an eye. I want the whole enchilada, not a slice of the pie. When you meet me, believe me, I'm the nicest of guys. But that dude that you choose, don't be sicing his pride. I'm 6'5", 230, he not worthy, he not purdy. He needy, you're nerdy, you're dirty, you're lurdy. Before these quick lines are getting buried, the version you gon' get is unnerving. Let's do it like a Nike campaign. Last year's over, so we popping champagne this time. This year should be shopping in Spain. If I'm shopping for a watch, then I'm shopping for a chain. West Coast got me spoiled, so I'm smoking for the pain. Smoking on that good, got me smoking like a train. No sponge and bags, but I'm soaking up the game. Man, I'm the moment that your cats know my name. Let's get it. Put down that flag, baby, let it go away. Let it go away, let the night away. Put down your flag and come here, baby, let it go.
Little sample for him. Sorry about that in the beginning, y'all. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, that was.
On the way out.
Yeah.
We'll definitely play it out on the way out. Is the volume good though? Everything's good though, yeah? Okay.
I can't get all of this in there.
Now
I don't know why I can't get all this in there. I apologize for that, but that's all good.
oh, you good. Man.
We'll worry about that later. That's all good. I ain't tripping. Okay. Yeah, man.
So you go by the Moment Live.
Yeah, the Moment Live or the Moment. Yeah, definitely, man. Yep, that's it, man. Ashoka Jandari, that's my government. West Indian descent. My mom's black. My father's from Trinidad, but his people's from India. So that's where the name comes from, the Indian name Ashoka. But the Moment Live because, I'm doing live stuff. We getting out there, we doing live stuff. So we in the moment. We in that good energy, we in that good space, and that's what I want to bring when I'm doing my music and doing my art. I want to convey that good energy to people. So yeah, we in the moment.
Yeah, I noticed that. Listening to your catalog and then seeing the imagery and the way you represent yourself. It's very you make music for a certain demographic. To my knowledge, grown and sexy folk. You're up on the positive. Vibe. Was that something that you've always been, did you have a rough upbringing? You kind of molded yourself into this point. Was it, did you always kind of have the light shining in you since a youngster? How did you kind of formulate this, this positive vibe and this message to the world?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I live in LA now, but yeah, I lived in Uptown, in the hood, but I didn't have a rough upbringing, man. I was very blessed to have a group of people on there, male and females, and we grew up as brothers and sisters, and we all took care of each other. So, even though things around us was crazy, I wasn't particularly affected by getting involved with anything crazy, anything like that. I was a church kid growing up, so I was heavily involved in that and just always had my own spirituality. But of course, you grow up, you do your own things and have your own life and do your own thing. So, but I just have a foundation is what where I'm getting at.
Right. Is that
Yeah.
something, you said growing up in the church, so at an early age it was instilled in the home.
Yeah.
Did you come from a two-parent household? Were you like
Nah. My mom, I think it was like about three or something when I divorced my pops. My
right.
mom divorced my pops, and my mom and grandmom, they raised me. My sister, I got a little sister, a year and a half. I said little sister like she's like a baby or something, like she's a grown woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just us two. I have a half brother as well on my father's side. He's a lot younger than me, but I wasn't raised with him. Shout out to Des, Viola. Shout out to him. You know, free Des. Um, yeah. So outside of that, yeah, it's just always been, just a good foundation, and growing up hearing the oldies on the hi-fi, on a hi-fi radio, the stereo, my mom banging it on with the records, all the oldies. So, but I never really sang like that, or really, I suppressed a lot of my art and my gifts. I did a little bit here and there, but never really sang in the church or nothing like that. My mom put me in choir, but I was too scared.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
When you talk about suppressing your gift, at what age or at what point in your life would you say you started to, accept your gift and really delve into that and really get that confidence?
I would say, like, man, to be honest with you, like 3 years ago now. I've been in music for like well over like 15, 20 years on and off. But to really build that confidence in yourself and really know, okay, you can transition in the field, do different things, and really, make it your profession. Only like 3 years ago, it was just something. Shout out to KOG out in Ogden and Salt Lake, in the Salt Lake area in Utah. He and I, we just chat and, just really started, vibing on the music and just our gifts, and said, yo, I'm gonna just really attack it and bring the best out of myself and see what happens. And now I feel good about just what I'm doing overall.
Wow, man. When you talk about 3 years ago, but you've been, I see you play instruments and stuff like that. I mean, is that something you've been? Were you
Yeah,
kind
I didn't grow up with instruments, man. Like this on the real. Like I play a little keyboard, a little guitar, and a little Bansuri flute from India. And I'm a military vet, so it all started with the flute first. Therapy, just being able to just lock in something organic. The guitar has always been hard for me. It's probably the weakest instrument for me. All of them are hard for me, but it's just something within the last 3, 4 years that I really locked in. And I noticed once I got locked in, I started able to transition to other instruments that in my head I felt that I could do.
of?
So I felt like the keyboard was the easiest. I only been playing the keyboard a year and a half. And so December it'll be 2 years completely. So but I have certain muscle memories in my finger that just automatically innate to do it. So I don't read music or anything. I just started learning a little theory.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the flute, same thing. Everything seems to have the same type of muscle memory, So I'm trying to translate that into that and just let it flow and see what happens.
Wow. I was gonna say because a lot of the music theory and I know they teach us when we're a kid, like the do re mi fa sol la do, but
Yeah,
when you're dealing with music, it's when you call yourself a musician, it's like a next tier, right? It's above just being a rapper. You know, anybody can bob on beat, count bars. When you talk about getting your sequencing down, this is all just self-taught stuff, and
yeah.
you've just been able to latch onto, huh?
Man, just all self-talk. Went to YouTube, like everybody else. Whenever you don't go to school, you find, you're finding videos. So I went to YouTube, and I just said, I'm gonna just take each day and just do a little something. And once I got the little something down, then I went to the next instrument, and I got a little something, and went to the next one, and then I just kept rotating the three, and just building on the three, and just building on the three, and not really thinking too much about um, too much getting it right. I was okay with getting, because I'm always messing up, so it's like I'm okay with that. It's just letting it flow, and not thinking, because at first I was on some perfectionist, I got to get it right, got to get it right, got to get it right. Then I said, that's the anxiety piece of it. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna just relax and just let it just organically happen the way it's gonna be.
Wow. And if I could revert 1 second, happy belated Veterans Day, my brother.
Oh man, that's what's up. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Thank you for your service. If I can ask you about that,
Yeah.
what if you're open to talk a little bit? Because for me, when I think of military, one of the main things I think is discipline. Being on top of your shit, on your square. And did that help you out along your journey in life, and maybe to get to this point where you're at now? And then and then how did what made you have that decision to go into the military when you were younger?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think the because I started out doing some music. Of course, it was the rap piece first that started out first, and then from there, um, it started out with doing a little singing on and off in the military. So I was able to, just um, kind of feel my way through it a little bit, and just say, oh, is this for me? And it was, you traveling all over the world, and, you testing out your flows and you're singing and just seeing what works. And that, I think that was an invaluable experience for me, just being able to do that. I couldn't have done that in the States with, you have to have the money to be able to travel and do these type of things. I was able to get off in the ports. People heard about me, and do word of mouth, and they would, when the ships would dock, they would just be there and waiting for me to do something. So it was pretty cool.
Man, that's awesome. And then growing up, and you said you're from Harrisburg.
Yeah, I'm from Harrisburg. Yeah.
Harrisburg, PA.
Yeah.
And
shout out to the capital.
Okay. Yeah, being out here on the West Coast my whole life, growing up 80s baby, 90s kid.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of East Coast rappers, well, from Philly specifically, Beanie Siegel, Cassidy. Was Freeway from Philly? Freeway from Philly.
Yeah.
Gilly.
Gilly the Kid. Yeah, Major Figures. Shout out to the Major Figures. Yeah.
Free ARAB, even though he's snitching on himself like crazy. They got a whole snitching compilation on ARAB on YouTube. I just watched.
Yeah, I don't really be following like that no more, but that's what's up.
But what were some of your musical influences growing up? In hip hop and out.
Man, bro, I love the 90s, the 80s. 90s is the best for me. Late 80s was cool, but man, I grew up, man, just listening to we had the old TDKs and Maxell's tapes, and it would have the all the mixes from New York and Philly, Cool C, from Philly. Man, I'm losing my thought right now, but I was in Kane, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. That was the 80s. Slick Rick. Those type of guys. Where just like their flow and their cadences just caught me. I wasn't into lyrics right away. I was more so into cadence. LL was one of my first. That was for like lyrics when and he was just young and brash, and just coming. Pun, Biggie. Oh, that's Biggie's my favorite. Rakim is my number one dude. If I said, if I had like a top 5 list, I would say Rakim for just like hip hop, just loving hip hop. Biggie for like the lyricism and just the overall confidence and command and how you command the mic on the stage. Um, I would say Big L is another one. These is all cats that's past, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
Pun is another one, and these are some of the cadences that I inject in Jay Z as a, because my vocal delivery is very close to his,
Yeah.
but it's not so much like between him and Sonny Chiba. That's who like people would always compare me in my early days. It's just as I developed my flow, it just developed more as it sounded more like Jay Z's, but then you try to get your own identity and mold yourself and groom yourself another way. So yeah, that's how that is. R&B, the Boys the Men, Jodeci, Jagged Edge, like I said, 90s cats, H Towns. Shout out to Genuine getting back out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they doing Genuine wrong though, man, on the memes and stuff, man. They doing it wrong, but it's all good. He's still getting that check, so shout out to that.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah. So, and you know what, man? There's a couple of local cats too. That was very inspirational to me. In the music scene in the '90s. Shout out to Jim Beans, man, and Trey Son. He was in the group. Jim Beans is a super producer out there right now under the Mosley Group. So shout out to Jim Beans and Ocuzzo doing his thing. And but he was in a group called Trey Son in the '90s, which was kind of like a Drew Hill type energy. They had their own style though. They had their own songs. I mean, they was amazing. And I learned a lot with just listening to and watching. Shout out to Agony too from Harrisburg. These is Grammy cats, Agony and Jim Beans, man. These is Grammy cats. So Grammy producers, and I work with these cats, man. I was very fortunate and blessed to be able to watch them in the early stages and really take a lot. Shout out to Grump, Bebop. That's all the cats that was with Trey Son. They really had an amazing harmony and just ability to just convey what they wanted on a song. And but things happen with groups and stuff like that, and everybody did their own thing. But yeah, Jazz from Drew Hill. I got a chance to work with him for a little bit. I'm touring with a little bit locally and through the Baltimore, Maryland area, and DC area with Trey Son. So I got a chance to work with Jazz. Shout out to Jazz.
Wow. So you're very experienced in the stage performing side of things, and as opposed to just making the music. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that. Like what's your, of all the facets of that goes into music, where would you say, do you have like, you like a writer first and foremost? Do you feel like you're the singer first and foremost? Like where do you feel most comfortable in the musical, in the studio full of artists, man?
Behind the scenes writing. That's when I'm on stage, it's cool. It's not my first preference though. You got to get your mind mentally there. Well, I do. Some people just naturally can just get out there and just roll with it mentally. I got to just be ready to rock and rehearse. I got to rehearsing one song, two songs, 10 songs. I got to rehearse. So because my mind is always creating new songs, and I don't know if I got ADD or something, but it's just I can't just lock in on one song. I can't remember verses and songs because I'm constantly creating. I'm constantly, on something new. So if I don't lock in and just rehearse on one particular thing, that's where we at. But yeah, I think in the musicianship, I'm having fun with that, learning the musicianship part of it. Before it was just writing and rapping. Now I'm singing more. I'm working more on vocal tone, working on control, breath control, these instruments because I play the band street flute a little bit. You're working on breath control. It helps out with lung control, lung strength. I meant to say. So yeah, it's I love the behind the scenes more than I do getting out there on stage. It's cool though. Stage is cool. I mean, I'm not saying it ain't because I want to always be a professional, deliver the best that I can. Whoever comes out to see, whether it's one person or a million people viewing, I want to do my best. I always want to do my best.
Yeah. Absolutely. Have you had any recent performances as of late?
Yeah, yes. Last night, man, I had one at the Comfort LA, little small venue. Shout out to the kid is funny. He hosted that. And you know, it was I usually open up for the pre-show for a lot of the comedians that are in the local LA area. So and I did something in Vegas. I got one coming up on the 15th with Stacy the comedian. He opened up for Mike Epps. So shout out to Stacy for bringing me on. VV Comedy, she brought me on. She the one that got me started on the pre-show stuff. So shout out to her. Um, and you know, it's just real cool, man, that the comedians are, you know, bringing me along and saying, "Hey, you got the pre-show, you can, and if it's more time, you got this, you got that." So they're allowing me to be that artist and just to flow with that group, and I appreciate that.
Okay. Is this pre-show? I mean, are you guys mixing like music in between comedy sets, or
Yeah,
you?
well, what'll happen before the comedy? It'll be a DJ there, so it'll be some. It would just be straight music, you know. But now, you know, if you have an artist there, okay, well, we can give a little live performance, go into a little music, and then boom, go right into the comedy, or just go straight from the artist to the comedy. And either way, it kind of like gives a more connected feeling. You know, we breaking it up, we getting everybody relaxed, cool, chill. We're gonna get y'all vibing, then we boom, we go right into the comedy. So it's been cool. You know, like I said, it's been cool because I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm watching what they're going through. And it's almost exactly how a musician, a working professional musician is doing. It's just the same thing, you know. You struggling, you working, you just trying to make it, you know, and it's cool. Everybody's bonding and trying to make it. So it's cool.
Uh, One thing I hear, like Joe Rogan brings this up a lot, that there's more camaraderie within the comedic world and comedians helping each other. Hey, come on my podcast. Come on, and the podcasters than there is
Mm.
rappers and musicians, obviously. Do you see that at all in what you're doing with comics, or have you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they've been more receptive because there's no competition. I'm not competing with them, you know. So he's in his own lane. But you know, yeah, with musicians, yeah, there's competitions in every craft. So I think, you know, I was fortunate and blessed enough to find a niche where you know these comedians just seen something in me to bring me along and to just have me showcase my talent.
Okay. And and if I can flip the script, when I think of Philly, right, East Coast,
Yeah,
I think Tim boots,
yeah.
some jeans, hoodie. One of my favorite words. I love keeping it gully. You know what I mean? Grimy, right? Where did you get your swag from, man? Your sense of style and pizzazz.
I do everything, man. I do, when I'm on the East Coast, it's like you just, I take a little bit of everything. Like I love Daz Effects, so I came up with the Tim Boots, the 40 below. Shout out to Daz Effects, man. They had the 40 belows that come all the way up to your calves, and you had the laced and Jones up. So you got that with the goose, the Sherlins on, all that, the Carnard hats, jackets, all that, but it's just like I always used to see just like fly, thorough cats, So I wanted to just incorporate that urban wear with that. Then I have East Indian roots, Caribbean roots. So I mix a little of that, So I kind of, fuse a little bit of everything. I just like fly grown. I think when I was able to put a blazer on, when I was able to put a tie on, when I was able to do some of the things that grown men were able to do. I was raised around women, so when was able to do that, I wanted to just embrace masculinity and being a man all the way, and that was one part of it. It was just the dress part of it.
Mm. That's something we brought up on the show Thursday. My co-host, but one of these Thursdays we'll get you back on so you
Yeah.
could introduce him. But
Oh, snap.
he likes to dress sharp, and we spoke about like dressing your age, dressing for success, and there's
Yeah.
something about the way you feel in a certain, when you put a suit on as opposed to if you're just lounging around and
Hmm.
that nature. So, but and it resonates, right? I mean, you see the confidence, you see But that's cool. You take a little bit of a little bit of everything, and you still keep it, right on point.
Yeah, I think that's important. You don't want to be too dated. You don't want to be too one dimensional with your stuff. You kind of got to flow. But I mean, I want to have my own look. I want to have my own flow. So, I kind of want to bring that too. But I just try to flow with it. I enjoy art. I enjoy art. I think I do fashion like I do music. I want it to be, I want it to flow. I want it to be organic. I want it to connect with people. I want it to be a reflection of me. My art my dressing is the way I dress is a reflection of how I feel for the day, how I want people to how I want to cast my energy on the people for that day, for that moment.
I think that's powerful, man. I respect it and everything. I'm not so much on the fashion, tip. I just, like nice clothes. I'm a simple guy. And I know, our Andre, KOG, he fly gentleman too, but he speaks a lot about looking nice, but not necessarily going out and spending your rent money on looking nice, right? You have that eye that you could piece, little things together, and you're not breaking the bank to look and feel a certain way. It's more natural, right? It's in you to where you.
Yeah, you got an eye. You can just go out and see different pieces, and it's not about, oh, I got to go out and get these labels, and there's nothing wrong with it. Hey, shout out to those that do it that way. I just, because I came up from, not having a lot, you just start learning how to, find those pieces that really work, and go out there and do your thing. And that's what I've been able to do. So yeah, you can get some good finds on a budget, so, and Dre knows how to do it. Yeah, shout out to KLG. He's the king of that.
Yeah. Do you think it's I say that's Dre a lot. I'm like, man, even if I had money, I'm not gonna spit him off. It's like it's because you don't have it like that. Like, once you get it, let's say when you get the bag, right?
Yeah.
Are you where money's no option, is the name brand still mean a lot to you as far as like you have to have the Gucci, the Balenciaga, or you.
No, but I have a wider variety of clothing that I could select from. So I won't be searching for it now. Not saying I won't be spending a lot of money like that on the higher end stuff, but it'd be probably names I never heard of before. It'd be just like, oh, that's a cool piece. And I just don't know what the name of it is, but it's a high end designer. So I'm okay with that. Once you get it, like you said, but I think this is a good training field. When you don't have anything and you start to understand, how to coordinate and put combinations together with less. Then when you have the money, then you're just not buying because of the name. You're buying because of taste. And so that's where we at this point. Is I'm gonna buy because of taste. And if that taste costs a lot, okay, that's fine. It's the same way with food. I'll pay for food, but if it's horrible, I felt like I got gypped and robbed. But if it's delicious, well, I got what I paid for.
Yeah, you leaving.
I'm leaving right. You feel me? I'm leaving right. So yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Shout out to Larry on the hook. I see she's on there on the message. Love you too.
Leslie. Oh yes, yeah. I was gonna get that one. Shout out Leslie Dubois.
Dubois. Les Dubois. Les Dubois. Yeah, Les Dubois.
We got some people up in the building, man. Salute to everybody. So how long did you say you've been in LA currently, or did you say?
Oh yeah, I've been here about I would say about 3 years, but in California, a good about 8 years now.
Good
Yeah,
8.
so I've been in from San Diego all the way to up here to LA, and because of course everything is moving and shaking up here, it's just closer and better for me so yeah.
Makes sense. I want and excuse me guys for like I said, I just started coming down with a little something yesterday. I'm trying to fight it off. Forgive me for keep coughing. That annoys the shit out of myself.
You feel better.
Yes, sir. Nah, I got an immune system of a champ. But you know, we don't get crazy political on here, but and I don't know, you know, if you are whatever, but how is it being in LA in this moment? I mean, I was gonna say I would assume a man like yourself, you're focused on your vision. You're not really worried about the theatricals that are outside of your realm. You know, you wake up, do what you do. Maybe you don't realize it. But if you do, you know, I mean, just how is it, you know, in LA post COVID and you know all the craziness, the robberies, and all the stuff that we hear from not being in LA. The was it the sheriff telling people, you know, don't come here. Oh, I think it was like last or over the summertime. And you know, is it wild right now, or is it's still LA?
Let me tell you, it's the wild west everywhere, man. Everybody's doing what they do, man. Ain't nothing to stop, you know. But you know, you kind of find your flow and you just go with it, man. You know, it's crazy. It's dangerous everywhere. It's the virus is everywhere. People are losing their mind everywhere. But yeah, LA is no, it's yeah, it's just. I mean, in certain pockets it's calmer. Certain pockets it's a little bit heated, you know, more, you know, heat. But overall, though. I mean, it's straight. I don't be into nothing, man. I mean, you know, I'm into, you know, just handling what I need to handle and staying out the streets. Even when I go out to do shows and stuff, and I go out there to network, do my show, and then I'm out. I'm not hanging out. I'm not, you know, out there acting crazy and trying to attract the wrong type of energy. I'm not into all that. So yeah.
And that's important. And I got a lot of younger viewers on the channel too. Shout out to you guys. You know, they're into that, you know, murder kill rap. You know, they got dope music and everything. And you know, that's something that we got to keep pounding into people's heads, right? Is the energy that you keep. It's and even some of the imagery and the stuff you speak. You know, I'm starting to realize every week I'm on the microphone and um I've started to kind of speak things into my life just in the last 11 months.
Yeah.
Things are changing. So words and energy carry a very powerful force. And, you know, you can, I believe you can attract harm to you through even your demeanor. Like if you're too cocky and brash, like too in your face, you know, as opposed to, man, he didn't mess with nobody. He wasn't doing no, but even the frequency in the music, sometimes you hear that bravado and it's like, you know what I mean? Do you feel that way as well? You know, like
Yeah.
music.
Each genre is going to attract a certain culture of people, a certain lifestyle of people. But you know what? That's that's never going to change. That's always going to be. If everybody, excuse me, I don't know why my voice is tripping. Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold
Drink break.
on. Yeah,
This is
I don't.
this is a good moment for the
Yeah,
Harry's
right.
drinking
Yeah,
again.
yeah, exactly. Let's take a sip here.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
I'm gonna with that. But yeah, I think if everything was folk music, if everything was hip hop, if everything was rock, I mean, this would be a boring world, you know. So this time where I want some real charged energy. This time I want gospel energy. This time I want like that yoga, meditation type music. Sometimes I'm drawing because I like to draw. Um, or when I'm creating, you know, something, I want to have like some classical music on or something like that. I don't know. I go through these different stages of where I'm at that moment, and then I can shift and go into something else just like that. But my main is like, you know, hip hop and R&B, but it's a certain type of hip hop, a certain type. Now again, I like I like trap music. I like certain drill music. I like certain you know, just I don't know all these rappers that come out now. There's so many songs that's dropping, you know, and there's some good music out there. There's some trash out there. That's just what it is. So hell, my music ain't gonna resonate with everybody. It's just what it is, you know. So but it's cool. You know, everybody gotta do their thing.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna be around, you know, all that craziness. You know, I'm gonna be around a group where we gonna enjoy ourselves, have fun, and go home safe.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, what I mean? That's
Definitely.
just what I'm at. Yeah.
And shout out Leslie Dubois again. Mr. KOG mom. Hey, I'd love to interview you. That'd be amazing, man. I'm trying to get content from anybody and everybody, and if you want to come on and tell your story, we'll get you and Andre on the same show. That'd be
Yeah,
amazing.
that'd be dope. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Shout out.
Oh, and she's a character too, bro. Oh my goodness, she will have you rolling. Yo, she's a character, bro. Like, yeah, she's a good guest. She's a character.
Well, Mr. Bois, email me at hidapodcast@gmail.com and we'll set that up.
Yeah, you might have to have the blur button over on her mouth, boy, because she don't know which way she might go with it, boy. She might come in there chill, or she might come in there hurricane style. You never know. You never know. But she gonna
Oh
give you something good. She gonna give you something good. You
man,
best believe
that's awesome. Yeah, let's make that happen.
that. Les on the hook.
um, that as I get older, I'm 35 now, and when I was making music when I was younger, and I was really into it, rapping, trying to whatever. I had a lot of dark energy around me, and a lot that I brought on. A lot of it's just natural, kind of just who I am. I'm still a cynical fucking guy. Don't believe in a lot of shit and conspiracy theorists, all this shit. Think people are out to get me. But I feel that's how I keep myself safe. Also, like I have this filter to decipher bullshit, and I'm very good on energy, I believe. So when I started, maybe the last 7 years, I started to understand the effects of music. I didn't really, something you don't know. When I was 18, my stepmom did challenge me to quit listening to vulgarity or anything for a month, and I did.
Yeah.
That's so long ago. I think it had a little effect, but I think that says a lot about your character and who you are. Just actions speak louder than words. Still, I think, even though they're trying to make us think that words have this big effect on people, they do. But I think that's a testament to you. Like, you want to be around. You want to go home at the end of the night. And there's a certain way that we have to conduct ourselves in life and society. Don't matter if you're an A-list rapper, thugged out with your crew, the guys, the OGs, the Jay-Z's, the Jay Princes, they move in a certain way. You never hear about them. They're like a mouse, but they're so powerful. Then you got these young guys that just go and crash out.
Yeah.
Bravado. They can't back down at the bar at 2 a.m. They got to be out in the mix. So, I think a lot of the young people need to hear that, man, as well.
Yeah, and again, I think it's a stage, it's a mindset that you at that stage. I remember, where I was. I mean, I was never really, off the chain, cat. But when I was younger, you just realize oh, I want to do this. I want to see what this is about, and I want to, be this type of person. And you think that this is the right way to be. You think because of ego, and it's all ego that I'm trying to show them this. I'm trying to be like this. As you get older, you start to realize that you just need to, self-love and be the best version of yourself, and that's going to be enough.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If I could ask you a couple of questions, do you have any children of your own? Do your kids take up any your musical ability as well, or are they kind of following in their own footsteps? Or
Yeah, I have 5 children, and they all musically inclined. They all love being around music, and I think that's something that just resonates with human beings. It's that's the connection, and them seeing me do it, them knowing that it's a passion for me, and music is a love for a lot of people. They know, okay, this is what he's doing. This is something that he's done. It's cool, So yeah, and in my family, I come from a very talented family. Shout out to my cousin Kai. He's a guitarist. He's in a band. He's pretty dope. I don't have his IG and stuff off top, but yeah, shout out to Kai. And my cousin Pepsi, RIP to him. He was the first one I really saw. Um, growing up as a kid, his guitars. He played in a band, a 5 Cent Band, and he just he was my inspiration. He's just a thorough cat, smooth. You know, had the Lincolns, had the Benzes. Went from the Lincolns, from the stinking Lincolns to the Benzes. He had the smooth, baldy. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Um, 6'3" brother. You know what I mean? Cool family man. Did his thing quietly. Just did his thing, man. And I always, seen cats that in my family that just had that type of energy. So it made sense to me, like, oh, this is why I'm able to do this type. So we got a real in my family. I'm shocked, man. Like how much talent from rappers to vocalists to musicians that I have in my family that I didn't even know. They just starting to pop up. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
like pop up since you've started since you
Yeah, I'm sorry.
well,
Yeah, go ahead.
since you started doing music.
Within the last 5 years, because I kind of, was just out of, just out of the loop with everything, man. And I just started, when you get on Facebook and IG, and you start seeing everything. It's like, whoa, damn, he's talented. Oh, I got a cousin Jarrell. She's singing opera. Shout out to Jarrell. I forgot. Yeah, so it's crazy. I mean, like I said, the vocalists and musicians that we have is crazy in my family, and even in the city of Harrisburg, man. The talent that I was surrounded around, growing up and just as a young man being there. Oh man, the talent is good. So it enriches you, keep you sharp, and it's still going on today. To this day, Harrisburg's doing it.
Harrisburg, PA. A lot of young talent coming out of there. Then is it like a lot of other cities where like um the Philly cats, like you have beat, kind of like, I hate from Harrisburg, that whole like, is it like that, like most cities, like little rivals, like, oh, they're from Harrisburg, these people are from Philly, you know.
Oh man, you already know that's just what it is, man. And then there's rivals with inside the city. So, it's just what it is, man. It's always going to be that ego, that, we the best mentality.
Yeah.
And it's a competitive grind that's out of Harrisburg, man. It is some good competition out there. We strive in athletics as well. Football. Shout out to Michael Parsons for the Dallas Cowboys. He's from Harrisburg. Phenomenal young man. So it's man, we just got talent.
Yeah. Other than they say Atlanta is they stick together, they help each other out. Is there any other cities that you know that really musically you can go to, and because it seems like every city is almost like crabs in a bucket mentality, even the
Yeah, man.
small towns to the big.
Yeah, it's no way around it, man. I just tell you, like, I think the big thing of it is, and I've experienced so much of, even, just folks even trying to ostracize me because of maybe fear of whatever, but and then you get upset and you kind of get stagnant. And I realize, like, look, just do what you got to do. The right people's gonna come around you. Everything's gonna happen. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about your team. You don't have to just do your job. And then the right energy's gonna come that's gonna fit you. And that person's gonna be right. And that person's gonna be right. That money's gonna be right. And next thing you know, it just happens to that's your lifestyle. It just becomes that way. But if you start to overanalyze it, let the anxiety, because this is a fickle business. Entertainment business is fickle. So you can't look at it like a 9 to 5 or some type of structured entity. You can't look at it like that. You got to look at it as just being the best version of yourself and just doing it that way. And then everything else is going to you're going to get paid for your trade.
Absolutely. I think that's what I'm trying to do here. Well, not think, I know, with this podcast and media side, right? I may not be rapping, making music anymore. I'm not putting my all in there. I got a couple of ideas. I still want to get in the booth. I can still spit, flow, still rap with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I heard some of your stuff, bro. Yeah, you as you should. Yeah, I want to do a project with you, man. At least give me a single with you. Do something.
Yeah, man. That's the Harry Too Scary, moniker. I'm on Spotify and iTunes under Harry Too Scary. I got two projects out there. Um,
Yeah.
and I have more to come, but a way to represent myself further was like I bring this reference up, it's like I pulled like the Joe Budden move, you pull yourself back. He could still come out tomorrow and drop fire on any motherfucker if but he's getting a bag in a bigger way, and he's spreading his
Yeah.
talents beyond just what he was doing. And I feel like the path that we're on here, we got a couple of plans. We're trying to get monetized on YouTube, and
Yeah.
top of the year will be on the audio version. Will be on Spotify and everything. Even this show here, I'm gonna go back and upload the whole library and stuff. And
Mm.
so when people, even when they go to the stream, the moment on Spotify, the, your your algorithm is gonna show that check them out on Harris Drinking Again podcast.
Yeah.
So and that's one thing I just wanted to do, man. Is like talk my shit, but spread love on this microphone. Highlight artists, highlight men, women of different backgrounds, and then really just see what we can build and grow off of, and ultimately
Yeah.
create a network, right? To where if you got some more artists your way, hey man, I was on this podcast, young brother, woo woo, send them my way, and just vice versa, man. Network, show
That's
love.
it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I think because man, I'm proud of you, brother. That you're doing something like this. This is definitely a niche for you. You're a natural at doing this. I hope you don't give up on it. I hope that you get blessed and this platform takes off for you. And I'm one of the guests that was first, one of the few guests that was on as you starting. So you're
Yeah,
gonna if you continue what you're doing because you have it, man. I mean, you have it. So yeah, keep continue what you're doing, bro.
yeah, I appreciate it, man. I had a
Yeah.
um, I had a plan in the beginning um, to do 52 weeks in a row a year,
Okay.
of lives,
Okay.
uh, and we're going on 10 months. Going, finna to close out a year. January 6th, 2023 will be the year of this channel. But every
Hmm.
week I'm learning so much more, and
Hmm.
now the guests that we're starting to get on, like yourself, they're coming through, dropping game, dropping knowledge,
Hmm.
and I see it growing and taking off. But the consistency is the by far, because I have a problem with sticking with stuff in my life. I'm a procrastinator. I've been
Me
a
too. Me too.
starter and not a finisher. Easy to start shit. Um, so, but this one right here, I'm holding myself accountable, and it
Good.
gives me accountability. If I say,
Good.
hey, this is the time, it's like this is the time, man. Like, sick or not, or feeling, it's going to take like a act of God, like, it's going to take a EMP to turn off the internet, to
That's right. That's
not
right.
do it.
That's right. That's good, man. That's good. Well, I mean, that's well spoken, well said.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Um,
Yeah, man.
Leslie over here,
Hey, what's he doing, man?
feeling you, man.
Talking crazy. She be Les crazy, man. Les be wilding out. You hear me? Les be wilding out.
Yeah. Um, and I was gonna ask, are you it is your piece up on the shelf, or are you out there in LA, free man?
Yeah, I'm married, bro. I'm married. Yeah, so I'm chilling, bro. I'm not out there. I'm just out there just giving good music and displaying my art, man. But yeah, I'm out the streets.
Is this true? Is the saying true? Like, behind every great man is a great woman. Whatever that saying is that? I mean,
And
is
you just need a partner to support. That's all. You know what I mean? And, you got somebody, whatever, your girlfriend. If you married, your girlfriend. Whatever that is. You know, you just need someone that just wants to see you be the best version of yourself and vice versa. It can't be one way. Everybody got to be willing to make a sacrifice. I don't over sacrifice music for family. I don't. I just try to get a balance. I try to do my best under the roof, and I try to do my best when I go out. And so and that's it. It's no conflict of anything. Nothing's a conflict. Everything is just work. It's just um the lifestyle, but nothing where it's a disrespectful thing. Nothing where it's overtaking and overshadowing what I'm trying to do as a father and as a husband.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Beautiful, man. Shit. A few more questions. um, that's the part where I said in a couple more years you'd be like, like the keep the conversation going. I like to freestyle it at the same time because I'm like, it's natural conversation.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of random off the top because every week I'm still learning, bro. And thank you for being one of the first guests. I thank everybody because you could be doing something else with your time, and I just hope people see like this is really a business. I just filed for my LLC, so like Harris's Drinkin Again podcast and media company is the long ass title, but I'm trying to be here for the long term and like develop like a real niche, a real set my own mark. But just some fun questions, man, as we roll up on this hour mark, and salute to everybody in the building.
Okay. What we got? What you got? Something cool. What you got for me?
The first two, you already, I believe you've seen, but does pineapple belong on pizza in your opinion?
Yeah. Well, once it hit America, bro. Listen, once anything hits America, it's you do whatever you want. If you want to keep it original, it's in the country. Go to Italy, get your good old Italian pizza in Italy, because it ain't made like American pizza anyway.
You've been to Italy?
I've been to Italy. I lived in a place, an island called La Maddalena. La Maddalena it's off the island of Sardinia, which is part of Italy, the boot. But it's a small little teeny island.
Yeah.
And it's my ship was out there, and shout out to the MRS land. We was out there, and it's beautiful, man. It's a lot of old heads out there, a lot of centurions out there. They're good wine, sipping that good vino. Buongiorno. They talking like this, and they speak like this with their hand when they speak. They say buongiorno, paesano.
Hell yeah, man. See, that's an experience in itself, man. Getting to see that real side of things.
Yes, sir.
And then what's your favorite cocktail? When you go out at night, do you have a specific go-to? And then
I'm a cognac man. But I like them. I like the margaritas. I mean, the LA vibe, because it's a high Latino population. Shout out to Mexico and the culture. I mean, we talking. It's Taco Tuesday every day. It's margaritas and pupusas, and it's just the culture for that. And so when it comes to drinks, I don't know, man. I like the tequila drinks, like I said, with the margaritas. But in general, I'm a cognac man. I'm a Hennessy man. I like Douce. I like Douce.
You sip neat, or you're more on the rocks?
I'm a neat guy.
Yes,
but I'll do a Cuban. I'll do a maraschino cherry.
Okay.
Yeah. I might do that. Just to make it look a little fancy when I'm feeling a little fancy.
Yeah.
I'm feeling grown.
Yeah. I drink all my liquor neat, except I love gin on the rocks. Give me a couple blue cheese olives with some gin on the rocks. Very delicious. And maybe some Grand Marnier on the rocks, you know. And I'm pretty much good to go. I usually also have music during the interviews. I didn't have that tonight because for some reason my fucking Bluetooth isn't connecting. So that's just a random thing. A lot of times we're playing music and stuff, and we get lost in the sauce. When I was the guest having such a good time with the
Oh
vibe.
yeah, that's cool, bro. Like just to be able to vibe with you like this, I kind of got lost about the music and just the interaction. That's what the dialogue. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, and that's what I want to. I want to be able to bring out, because the thing people always tell you is like, well, what sets you apart, right? That you know, a million people trying to do the same thing. What sets you apart? It's like, but if a lot of platforms they keep it one way, if I could get open up, you just talk about real life stuff. I think that's what makes a lot of podcasts that much more better when you get under the roots a little bit, ask some crazy questions. One crazy question is because I'm trying to formulate a bunch of shit, but if you were say stuck somewhere, you couldn't bathe for like 2 weeks,
Hmm.
hell, a month,
Okay.
and but you couldn't shower at all, but you had
Okay.
3 options. You could brush your teeth,
Yeah.
you could click, wash your private or wash your feet. Which one? Which one are you taking? You can only do one thing for a month. Your feet, your pits and your teeth. Which one are you taking, man?
Feet, my armpits, or my teeth.
Yeah, you can only cleanse one of them for like a whole month.
Oh, then I do my mouth. Then if it's that, yeah, yeah. Keep the mouth right. Yeah, we can keep the mouth right. It's a lot of bacteria in the mouth, so yeah, we're gonna keep that right.
See, that's a smart man. 'Cause a lot of people don't know. They think we got to brush your teeth before you go to bed because you sleep. A lot of the bacteria, gets in you. See.
Yeah, from what I know, you have more bacteria in your mouth. It's the most nastiest place in your mouth because of the moisture and everything else. So yeah.
Yeah, and I just found out that certain bacteria in your gums and like in your mouth can lead to like brain disease, like your actual dental health.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
could like
Right.
your
Yeah.
your enzymes, like your gut health. Like if you just
Yeah.
floss and all that shit. So
There you go. That's true. That is so true. That has a lot to do with your overall health. Is your teeth, man. Your dental. That's crazy. And then and it's so crazy. Like a lot of places in the world, so the civilized world, is on good on healthcare, but when it comes to to the states, their dental is so hard to get. If you don't have good insurance, you in trouble. You gotta keep that mouth right. Can't have that snagger puss mouth.
right. And would you take $1 million cash or say a 2% stake in some sort of like whatever you get a million cash up to date, or you taking the 2% on the back end from Nike or from whoever. Jay-Z comes to you, hey man, I give you a meal today, or I'm gonna give you the 2% on the back end. You might have to wait.
It depends on how when I could when that would mature when I'm able to use it. Because just to have it, the million up front is saying you must need this million to use it for right now for whatever you're going to use it for. Of course I do. I don't have a million, so I need it for something. And so the 2%, that's cool. But it's 2% of what? Is it 2% of 1,000? Is it 2% of a million? Is it 2% of 100,000?
Yeah.
2% of 100 million? Of what? So if it's of 100 million, that may work. That's gonna work. If it's a billion, that's gonna work. But if it's anything under a million, that's not gonna work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I didn't think that quite through. But let's say like, you get like 2% off a 10 million deal as opposed, would you take long money or slow money?
or the short or the slow. Yeah, I think at this stage, I probably would take the short money. I would take it fast up front and start getting busy because yeah, Yeah.
Did you catch wind of the, Future selling 60, 75 million of his publishing about a month ago? That was somewhat of a trending story. Apparently, he sold his catalog from '06 to 2020. Just those songs for a reported 65 to 75 million, but he's still got to keep some of his royalties from that on the back end. And that's not even including the catalog from 2020 and on.
Oh man.
So a lot of people were talking about that, and people had their different opinions. Future, man, he messed up. The company's gonna make $1 billion, this and that. But when you start putting all those things into play, it's like, I don't know, man. Future winning, but I like that. I like to get off in this in little different business questions myself, because I'm trying to learn and pick brains and whatnot. But
and I think people they really don't know all his investments. So he's for himself. He knows it's a win for whatever. It's a win for him. And whatever's a win for him, that's good. Whatever he feels success is for him, that's great, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Future. Shit, do however you feel that's going to position you and your family. That's great. So cool.
And what is your favorite color, bro? Do you have an absolute go-to?
Yeah, I like more like the blues and earth tone colors, but I'm cool with again, it's about how I feel. So if I want something brighter on, I could put on something with more splashes of color, but I tone it. I'm an artist, so I'll throw on like something dark like this and then have some splashes here. You know what I mean? To kind of give you that contrast, so it's just not all bold in your face. But yeah, I would say blue starting off is my favorite go-to, but I like other colors though. That's just a base color. I like yellows and orange. That's probably my best. Orange is the best color on my skin.
Yeah, I don't wear too much orange. Blue's my favorite color. Blue, gray, basic shit. But I see myself in some yellow one time, and I was like, my high yellow ass look good in some motherfucking yellow.
Some yellow, right? It's a certain color yellow though. You know what I mean? Have you ever put mustard on? Like a mustard colored yellow?
Yeah. Excuse me. I had a mustard hoodie. Like a mustard
kind of. I feel that color. That color's dope on me.
Yeah. And actually I got some merch that hopefully top of the year I'm gonna have a merch store, but I can't really see it. But I mean, this is just a test run. But I went with the gold, yellowish theme for my show, because it's kingly and it brings it out. I think it looks nice, Hopefully we get some merch. I'm working on some shot glasses.
Yeah, your boy gotta rock some of your stuff, man. I gotta get some of the moment t-shirts out to you too, bro.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. We'll promote them here, there.
Yeah.
We'll drop links. In the broadcast, I'm gonna put your Instagram link in the description. I think I already got your link in there. One last question I just like to ask everybody. Well, Ray would usually ask this: did you have a good time tonight on the Harris is Drinking Again podcast, my brother?
Yeah, man. I didn't know how I was gonna go. This is pretty cool, man. Yeah, I really did, man. I enjoyed myself. You had me comfortable, bro. So yeah, I hope you have me back again, man. And we display some different stuff, man, and have some fun. Maybe do like a little unplug or something on your show.
Yeah, dude, I would love that, bro. One time a guest, 2 times your family, motherfucker. Whatever that saying is. So
yeah, right.
Just we'll definitely have you back and we do some live music. And then maybe if you can schedule a Thursday, my co-host. Saturdays are for him, but that's another dynamic. If you enjoy just my ass, man, he brings a whole nother thing. We be laughing, and I'm usually playing music, during the shit. So we have a great time. 5 years from now, I always like to leave on positivity, man. Just give your vision for the world, for yourself. In 5 years, where would you like to see yourself in the world?
Yeah, I think in 5 years, man, I like to see myself with a management company. Um, just doing more work, international work. Whether I'm working with international artists or I'm physically there in the international countries. I have my passport, so I'm ready to go. So if there's any managers out there that's looking for to manage talent like myself, holla at me. um, and just being able to work with a lot of different artists and different genres, and to be able to show my talents in those fields, whether it's acting, whether it's music, whether it's hosting, whether it's fashion. I just want to be able to display all gifts on display, man. AGOD, all gifts on display. So and whatever that it's not about a monetary thing for me. That's going to happen. Wherever that number is, or wherever that number of successes, that's going to happen. My thing for what can I empty out to the world for the time in those 5 years? What can I give the world? And if I could do something where it's my physical art or music or whatever that is, I want to do it. So
All right, man. And based on the path that you're going, man, and just your charisma, your character, I see you there, man. I see all of us reaching a place of peace, prosperity,
yeah,
and let's just keep the vibe alive, keep the moment alive. Stay in the moment.
yeah,
Don't look too far in the future. We got a plan. Don't dwell on the past. Whatever happened. The moment is where it's at.
where it's at, man. That's it, man. Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna take care of itself, man. But today is where it's at, man. The moment. That's it.
Man. So on that note, this has been the Moment Live
Yeah.
on the Harris is Drinking Again podcast. Oh, before you go, man, can I get a drop? This is the moment.
Oh, yeah.
You're tuned in to Harris is Drinking Again podcast. Before you.
Yeah, man. Y'all can check me out, man. TML streaming, T Tango Mike Lima streaming. That's on IG, Facebook, where I'm going to be showing, where I'm going to be performing at. If you're in the LA area, come check me out, man. Shout out to all the comedians that's out there too. Like I said, I do a lot of pre-shows, but I'll be doing other stuff too. I'll be out in West LA in the hood, on the streets, with my guitar, with a microphone, whatever. I just be out there just getting it. So you never know when you're gonna catch the moment live, man. So yeah, check me out. TML streaming, the moment live. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. But before you go, can I get a drop? Just this is you're tuned into Harris is Drinking Again podcast. I'm gonna put that on the clip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you tuned in to Harry Drinking Again podcast, baby. The moment live.
All right, man. Hey, man, salute to you, bro. You have a great night, and we'll touch bases on the back end, man.
Oh, man, got you, bro. Thanks again, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Salute.
All right. Salute.
All right. And that is how you handle an interview. Thanks to the chat. There's been a few. Shout out Mr. Bois. Where's my chat at? Shout out to Source Jedi early in the building. Source Jedi, here you go. Source Jedi on the check-in. And shout out to DJ Steady of the Who They Want podcast. Go give him a like and subscribe. Also like and subscribe to my channel, Harris is Drinking Again podcast, baby. This has been a dope show. We will be back this Thursday night once again for TNR 043 on the Harry's Drinking Again podcast. Brother Ray G will be up in the building. I believe we have Juan Vasquez. He verbally confirmed. I got the calendar app. I'm doing shit different. I'm going to reach back out to him and see if he books it. So going forward, got to book the guests through the app, and we're gonna have Juan Vasquez, actor, also did some voiceover work for Grand Theft Auto 5. He's been in the TV show on A&E, And we got a lot of beautiful things planned. You heard Rico Vila say Tommy Chong is going to be on our podcast. We're trying to lock that down. So we're just growing, ripping, and running. And once again, man, shout out to The Moment Live. Shout out to Mr. KOG in the building. We're going to get him back on very soon. I got the thumbnails cracking. So it's been dope, man. Every week we're getting better. I'm learning more. So salute, salute, salute. We're going to tap out. We'll be back in Thursday night, 8 p.m. And we'll be doing the damn thing. Instagram, Harry_too scary. Everybody have a safe night. Drink responsibly. Harry's Drinking Again podcast. Yeah.